welcome. In this video, I'm going to do some decluttering and cleaning on my study area before my final. Lately, I've been very busy with my studies. There are so many assignments and reports to write, plus I'm having my TYP on this semester, which requires me to refer to abundance of materials. Every day was a hectic day for me. After getting tired from attending classes, I don't have time to do cleaning and organize my table because to me, the time could be used to complete my assignments and self-revision for tests instead of cleaning. Being said, my table study is a disaster. I often leave my things on the table after use instead of putting it back where it belongs. Since my study table is preoccupied with books and other stuff, my bed is my place to study. Unfortunately, I often felt sleepy studying on my bed. Hence, I want to make a difference before the finals. The first root cause of my insufficient study method is due to a messy study area. So, I am applying the 5S from Lean Management to solve the problem. First of all, I'm going to sort my things on my table. I declutter all unnecessary things like my medicine, skincares, keys, and makeup from the table. Then, I put away my storybooks or any unrelated materials and only kept commonly used books and materials for my studies on my bookshelf above my study table. Next, I will set everything in order. All the books will be organized neatly with the back facing outwards so that it is easier for me to find and grab when I need it for my study. Besides that, all my stationeries will be organized inside a stationery rack to save space. Then, I put things back in place. Locate my calendar and clock at the corner of the table in front of me so that I will be alert with date and time. And I organize things on my table to make my study table look breathable. Moving on, I make sure to shine my study area. Before, it was very dusty, but after I wiped all areas with wet cloth, it looked brighter and cheerful. Next is to standardize. To standardize, I label my mini rack according to items inside it. Besides that, I make sure my bookshelf is only for books and papers, my stationeries rack is only for stationeries, and only study-related items are on my study table. So here is my standardized study area. Last but not least, to sustain, I will make sure to clean up my study area each time after I finish studying to prevent messy study areas. Now, I am able to do my work and self-revision on my study table. Moving on, the second root of my insufficient study method is due to lack of self-discipline for having poor time management. This problem was solved by using the A3 method.
So the first step of A3 in problem solving is by clarifying the problem. Nurisa had a poor time management due to her lack of self-discipline, and as a result, her study performance was deteriorated. So, what is the problem is her poor time management, which leads to her having a last-minute work and procrastinating. And what is not the problem is the insufficient study materials, poor Wi-Fi connection, and lighting at the study area. The second step of A3 problem solving is by breaking down the problem. So, what might seem as the element of her poor time management might be because of her lacking of sleeping hours at night, and also her lateness of doing assignments at the very last minute, and also her having an excessive screen time, all of which leads to her having a current GPA that is not so good. So the next steps of A3 problem solving involve setting the target. For the first target, we will increase revision, study, and assignment time from 1 hour to 3 hours, and also increase the night sleeping time from 4 hours to 8 hours. And also, we would like to reduce screen time from 8 hours to 6 hours. And the last ultimate goal is to increase her GPA from 2.5 to 2.7. Fourth step of A3 problem solving is to analyze the root cause. Here we list out six other factors that might contribute to her having poor time management, which includes having a packed schedule, prioritizing ineffectively, low productivity, peer influence, lack of self-discipline, and procrastination. So the conclusion of this root cause analysis is that her lack of self-discipline leads to a bad study habit, which is procrastination. Procrastination may be due to feeling demotivated, fatigue, and overburdened, or long due date of submission. And not having a to-do list or progress tracker will deteriorate the study performance eventually.
Develop countermeasures. Here are the countermeasures that can be applied. First, create timetable and to-do list in order to become more alert on important dates and events. Second, using Pomodoro technique during study to be more efficient and focused when studying, since Pomodoro has break time. Therefore, the study time will not make us feel bored easily. Third, set a screen time for social media with a target that screen time won't exceed 5 hours. Lastly, set a fixed sleeping time to get a quality of sleep for 8 hours. Number 6, implement countermeasures. We can see here that Nurisa implemented the Pomodoro technique during study, set a screen limit for social media, and create a timetable as well as a to-do list. Number 7, monitor results and process. We can monitor here that her study hours and sleep hours show an increased trend from day 1 to day 7, while her screen time reduced gradually. Number 8, standardize and share success. Here is the table showing that Nurisa managed to achieve all her targets, with study time increasing from 0.5 to 3 hours. Next, getting a quality sleep time from 5 hours to 8 hours. Last but not least, screen time reduced from 8 hours to 5 hours per day. In conclusion, study performance that can indicate by GPA is increased. Lean is a different way of looking at things, focus on the process and waste in the process, not the individual carrying out the process. We need to immediately address daily activities to become more productive and manage time wisely. The study environment needs to be conducive so that we can become more enthusiastic and focused to study.
These two methods are really a life changer. I became more disciplined and more motivated to study after applying 5S methods in improving my messy study area as well as A3 method for poor time management. I'm so impressed with 5S methods because it is not only being used in manufacturing and industrial setting, but it can also be applied effectively to any workspace, for example, study area. There are several benefits that I learned from applying this method. Firstly, it improved my productivity since my study area is clean, organized, and distraction-free, which allow me to focus better in my study. In addition, this method also can reduce stress because clutter and disorder can contribute to mental stress. Thus, having a clean and organized study area will promote a sense of calm and facilitates better concentration when I study at my study area. Besides, by applying this method, it can enhance motivation. This is because having a visually and well-maintained study area can boost my motivation to study on study table instead of studying on bed. As for A3 method, it helps a lot in solving my problem in time management. This method enables me to analyze and address the underlying causes of my poor time management, which leads to more sustainable and long-term improvement. I'm also able to define clear objectives for improving my time management, as well as able to track progress effectively. Last but not least, this A3 method encouraged me to do continuous improvement through regular monitoring and adjustment of my time management practices. All in all, both 5S and A3 methods helped me a lot in improving the root causes of my insufficient study method, which are messy study area and poor time management. However, it is important to note that the effectiveness of both methods are ultimately depending on our commitment and consistent effort in order to bring about a meaningful change.